Boom shakalaka, why Bitcoin will have a parabolic breakout by March 11th, plus why on-chain data may no longer be reliable, and the one thing that could be the hair trigger for sending Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to the moon. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we are talking about a Bitcoin breakout imminent by March 10th, right here, this bullseye, plus why on-chain data may no longer be reliable, and the hair trigger that could send cryptocurrencies to the moon. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. And let's get into it. Today's Fear 44. Not too much of a change from yesterday, but compared with last month, doing a lot better. However, despite still being in what I would call the neutral yellow zone, this really isn't fear. It's like just below half and half. Well, despite being in this area, people are still very scared about what's going on with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And I'm getting a lot of questions recently like, can you predict what's going to happen with Bitcoin in the next week, month, year? And the answer is no. But I've been taking a look at a lot of stuff. In today's video, we have a very interesting one because there's evidence that Bitcoin is likely to have a parabolic breakout within about 30 days time. Yikes, that's pretty exciting. So let's get into it today. Overall, the market today has just moved sideways, 0%. Bitcoin at 42,314, Ethereum 29.26, BNB 404, XRP 82 cents, Cardano 105, Solana $96, and Terra Luna $53, and Avalanche at $82. And guys, if you're looking for altcoins to buy, I highly recommend checking out the token metrics indices, the daily indices today on gate.io, which is outperforming the rest, 793% here. Well, if we take a look at this, we have Bitcoin, we have RenBTC, we have Multivac, Maple, and Luxo token. Those are the 5 coins for today. If you want to check out token metrics for yourself, I highly recommend checking it out now, because if you use the link down in the description and enter the code LOVE30, you get 30% off. This is not a sale that they have very, very often. So you definitely want to make sure you can take advantage of it now. Now, one thing that I did want to notice about this, if you take a look here, 50% of the portfolio is Bitcoin. And this is using artificial intelligence and machine learning to pick out the best coins from all the coins out there. So this tells me that it might be expecting a big Bitcoin move compared with altcoins. So maybe hedge your bets in some Bitcoin. Now, today's episode, we're talking about some stuff going on with on-chain data. So Willy Woo posted this just recently. He said, you may be surprised macro funds never sold their Bitcoin in the 3-month bear slide. Instead, they went to cash by shorting on calendar futures. Why? Because holding Bitcoin while shorting the futures earned them 15% yield when bonds are pretty much negative. And this is an important chart, an important topic where they were actually just holding their Bitcoin and shorting it at the same time. This is an important topic that we're going to come back to at the end of the episode. So make sure you stay tuned until then, because this could be one of the hair triggers that sends Bitcoin parabolic. As a matter of fact, he goes on further to say that a sea of change is happening. This is the first time he's seen a large bearish move initiate where on-chain lagged price action. In his opinion, this is the shape of things to come. The ecosystem is maturing and become much more nuanced. Like perhaps now that everybody's looking at on-chain, well, on-chain won't be so accurate. But, this is just one on-chain data point. And he goes on to say that, look at this, the price started coming down first while the on-chain hodler demand was still going up, and then it came back down. Whereas previous times, we saw, guess what, on-chain data first, and then price after that. And we saw here, on-chain data going up first, price following it. So he says this is one of the first times he's seeing the price and on-chain data not going together, which is, good and bad. But when I saw this, it reminded me of a chart that he made back in, this was October, where he was saying, hey, 2022 is going to be a good year. As a matter of fact, the title of this chart is 2022 is going to be a good year, where we take a look at the long-term holder supply shock. We could see it at all-time high levels there. And guess what? It's only increased since then. Not much of a sell-off. So it's only increased since then, which could potentially send the price continuing higher. As a matter of fact, if we take a look right now this is taking a look at NASDAQ, but half of NASDAQ stocks have triggered buy signals, one of the strongest spikes of all time. Spikes of this magnitude led to historic rallies in stocks. Now, while Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are not correlated, recently they've been pretty darn correlated. And if we take a look here at all of these peaks, the number of stocks with MACD buy signals was super high right before the price shot off again. Well, if we take a look right now, again, one of the strongest spikes of all time. Pair that with what's going on here with the SPY, the net put value traded as a percentage of market cap. Look at this, pretty much the third highest peak. The last two times this happened was right before the price rocketed off. So likely this could be another place where the price could rocket off, because you have to remember Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Bill Miller, legendary investor, says Bitcoin is insurance against financial catastrophe. And he still has a very big position in it, because whatever governments are doing with money, and I want to remind you right here exactly what governments are doing with money. Right now, they're printing about, this is just the US, they're printing about $300 billion every month. That's $10 billion a day that they're printing. And let me remind you, there has not been a country yet that has printed this much money and has not devalued their own currency. Now, while this time is going to be different and this inflation is transitory, well, you kind of have to take the insurance against them printing money like this. Which brings us to this chart right here, because I think this is an important chart. I've been saying for a long time, if we zoom out, guys, anything between $30,000 and $53,000 is just market going sideways. But if you see here, these yellow dotted lines were right before the price shot up, and these yellow dotted lines are just basically breaking of RSI trends. So it would be likely that we are in an uptrend. But if we take a look and we follow this trend, just the bottom of it, continue predicting forward until we hit about $50,000. Now, why $50,000? Well, a few days ago, I had Bill Noble from Token Metrics on the channel, and he mentioned that while a lot of large companies like MicroStrategy and all of them are buying put options on their Bitcoin, similar to what we saw in this chart right here, they all bought put options, and if the price hits $50,000, well, likely they would have to buy Bitcoin to cover their positions. So that being said, if the price gets up to this $50,000 area, and based on the current trend line we are on right now, that would put it between March 10th or the $53,000 area at March 18th. So that second to third week of March could be absolutely explosive. That could be the hair trigger that sends Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies absolutely parabolic, because it's going to cause a cascade, a short squeeze that's going to launch the price into the stratosphere. And then when it breaks previous all-time highs, heads up towards six figures, oh, you think there's going to be a frenzy? I think so too. So in my opinion, and also in legendary investor Bill Miller's opinion, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is still a pretty good bet. So guys, that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, check out Token Metrics while they still have this 30% sale, because normally they don't have these sales. So you definitely want to check it out. Link down in the description. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.